Judges chapter 20. Then all the Israelites came out, and the congregation gathered as one man from Dan to Beersheba, along with the land of Gilead, to the Lord at Mizpah. The leaders of all the people, even of all the tribes of Israel, presented themselves in the assembly of God's people, 400,000 men armed with swords. Now the sons of Benjamin heard that the sons of Israel had gone up to Mizpah. And the sons of Israel said, "Tell us, how did this wickedness happen?" So the Levite, the husband of the woman who was murdered, answered and said, "I came with my concubine to spend the night at Gibeah, which belongs to Benjamin. But the men of Gibeah rose up against me and surrounded the house at night because of me. They intended to kill me, and they raped my concubine so that she died. So I took hold of my concubine and cut her in pieces, and sent her throughout the land of the inhabitants of Israel, because they have committed a disgraceful and outrageous act in Israel. Behold, all of you are sons of Israel, give your advice and counsel here." Then all the people arose as one man, saying, "Not one of us will go to his tent, nor will any of us return to his house. But now this is the thing that we will do to Gibeah: we will go up against it by lot. And we will take 10 men out of 100 throughout the tribes of Israel, and 100 out of 1,000, and 1,000 out of 10,000, to supply food for the people, that they may go to Gibeah of Benjamin and repay all the disgraceful acts which they have committed in Israel." So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, united as one man. Then the tribes of Israel sent men throughout the whole tribe of Benjamin, saying, "What is this wickedness that has taken place among you? Now then, surrender the men, the worthless fellows in Gibeah, that we may put them to death and remove this wickedness from Israel." But the sons of Benjamin would not listen to the voice of their brothers, the sons of Israel. The sons of Benjamin gathered from the cities to Gibeah, to go out to battle against the sons of Israel. From the cities on that day the sons of Benjamin were numbered, 26,000 men who drew the sword, besides the inhabitants of Gibeah who were numbered, 700 choice men. Out of all these people were 700 choice men left-handed. Each one could sling a stone at a hair and not miss. Then the men of Israel, besides Benjamin, were numbered 400,000 men who drew the sword. All these were men of war. The sons of Israel arose, went up to the house of God, and inquired of God, saying, "Which of us shall go up first to battle against the sons of Benjamin?" And the Lord said, "Judah shall go up first." Then the sons of Israel arose in the morning, and camped against Gibeah. The sons of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin, and the men of Israel arrayed for battle against them at Gibeah. Then the sons of Benjamin came out of Gibeah and fell to the ground on that day 22,000 men of Israel. But the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and arrayed for battle again in the place where they had arrayed themselves the first day. The sons of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening, and inquired of the Lord, saying, "Shall we again draw near for battle against the sons of Benjamin, our brothers?" And the Lord said, "Go up against him." Then the sons of Israel approached the sons of Benjamin the second day. Benjamin went out from Gibeah against them the second day and fell to the ground again 18,000 men of the sons of Israel. All these drew the sword. Then all the sons of Israel and all the people went up and came to Bethel and wept. Thus they remained there before the Lord and fasted that day until evening. And they offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. The sons of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. And Phinehas the son of Eleazar, Aaron's son, stood before it to minister in those days, saying, "Shall I yet again go out to battle against the sons of Benjamin my brother, or shall I cease?" And the Lord said, "Go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into your hand." So Israel set men in ambush around Gibeah. The sons of Israel went up against the sons of Benjamin on the third day, and arrayed themselves against Gibeah as at other times. The sons of Benjamin went out against the people and were drawn away from the city, and they began to strike and kill some of the people as at other times, on the highways, one of which goes up to Bethel and the other to Gibeah, and in the field, about 30 men of Israel. The sons of Benjamin said, "They are struck down before us, as at the first." But the sons of Israel said, Let us flee that we may draw them away from this city to the highways. Then all the men of Israel arose from their place and arrayed themselves at Baaltamar, and the men of Israel in ambush broke out of their place, even out of Mergeba. When 10,000 choice men from all Israel came against Gibeah, the battle became fierce. But Benjamin did not know that disaster was close to them. The Lord struck Benjamin before Israel, so that the sons of Israel destroyed 25,100 men of Benjamin that day, all who draw the sword. So the sons of Benjamin saw that they were defeated. When the men of Israel gave ground to Benjamin because they relied on the men in ambush whom they had set against Gibeah, the men in ambush hurried and rushed against Gibeah. The men in ambush also deployed and struck all the city with the edge of the sword. Now the appointed sign between the men of Israel and the men in ambush was that they would make a great cloud of smoke rise from the city. Then the men of Israel turned in the battle, and Benjamin began to strike and kill about 30 men of Israel, for they said, "Surely they are defeated before us, as in the first battle." But when the cloud began to rise from the city in a column of smoke, Benjamin looked behind them, and behold, the whole city was going up in smoke to heaven. Then the men of Israel turned, and the men of Benjamin were terrified, for they saw that disaster was close to them. Therefore, they turned their backs before the men of Israel toward the direction of the wilderness. But the battle overtook them, and those who came out of the cities destroyed them in their midst. They surrounded Benjamin, pursued them without rest, and trod them down opposite Gibeah toward the east. Thus 18,000 men of Benjamin fell. All these were valiant warriors. Then they turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon, and they caught 5,000 of them on the highways and overtook them at Jiddim and killed 2,000 of them. So all of Benjamin who fell that day were 25,000 men who draw the sword. All of these were valiant warriors. But 600 men turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon, and they remained at the rock of Rimmon for 4 months. The men of Israel turned back against the sons of Benjamin, and struck them with the edge of the sword, both the entire city with the cattle and all that they found. They also set on fire all the cities which they found.